One thing is for certain is that I'm glad we drafted Quadzilla in the second round of the 2020 NFL Draft. What can I say? A.J. Dillon was just really good today. Very good performance by him. 2 rushing touchdowns. All the touchdowns scored by the Packers in today's game. It was rather very much a defensive struggle, again, for the Green Bay Packers in this game against a hated foe in the Seattle Seahawks, aka the Seattle Sea Chickens. It's always great to beat the Seattle Seahawks. And again, the victory comes at Lambeau again, where the Seattle Seahawks are, again, winless at Lambeau Field for I don't know how many years, and it's just great. That puts them down at 3-6, where we go up to 8-2 and get the number 1 seed back again because the Arizona Cardinals lost to the Carolina Panthers earlier today, and we're back up on top. So go Pack go, and this obviously wasn't the most prettiest of performances, especially by the offense, but the job was done, and the job was done by the running game and the defense. And speaking of the defense, you guys, this defense is legitimate. Pressure being forced on Russell Wilson today was just absolutely tremendous. And we were going down in and out with outside linebackers, starting with Whitney Merciless and then, unfortunately, Rashawn Gary. The pass rush did not let up. After those 2 guys, both of them going down with injuries, hopefully both of them are going to be okay, and they'll be able to return soon to the field. To say the least, the Packers did a great job today on defense and the running game once it got going. Just a very good performance by the Packers on those fronts. And a credit to the Seattle defense for being able to do a good job of being able to limit the Packers offense to start out. They did really well. They played pretty well in pass coverage, and they did stuff the run up until the fourth quarter, and that was when A.J. Dillon was able to power his way through the Seattle defensive front and being able to score those touchdowns. And now to the stats for the Green Bay Packers, where Aaron Rodgers, welcome back, GOAT. A little rusty today, to say the least, and that's probably was going to be a little bit expected. He didn't practice all week due to the fact that he was out because he couldn't go because of the COVID rules. He completed 23 of 37 yards, 292 yards, and the interception in the end zone, which was a poor decision. He threw it on the run while he was getting sacked, or while he was about to get sacked, and then that resulted in the interception by Jamal Adams in the end zone. That was a bad decision by Aaron. Other than that, he was not too bad. He certainly could have played a little bit better, but it certainly could have been a whole lot worse. A.J. Dillon leading the way with 21 carries and 66 yards and 2 scores, but unfortunately only averaging 3.1 yards, and then Aaron Jones getting 7 carries for 25 yards and averaging 3.6. Went out unfortunately with a knee injury. I think the report is that it's a sprained MCL, so I think he's going to be okay, and he'll be back pretty soon if he doesn't return for next week's game against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not counting on it. It kind of will depend on the grade of the injury. And then leading the way was Davante Adams with 7 catches for 78 yards. A.J. Dillon getting 62 yards. All the bulk of that came off that big 50-yard catch where he streamed down the sideline, and that led to the game-sealing touchdown. And then Aaron Jones getting a couple of catches on some screen passes for 61 yards. Marquez Valdes-Scantling getting 1 catch for 41 yards, to begin the game, and then Randall Cobb getting a trio of catches for 21 yards. Big Dog with a couple, Jose DeGuara with a couple, Allen with only just 1 catch, but he dropped 1 earlier, and Tyler Davis getting into the action with 1 catch for 4 yards. And now to the defense, where it was Adrian Amos and Kevin King for getting the interceptions, both of them in the end zone, which erased points for the Seattle Seahawks. And then for the rest of the defense, it was Devondre Campbell leading with tackles. Rasul Douglas getting in there, getting his nose dirty and making some tackles. Chris Barnes also getting 4 tackles as well. And then the sacks coming from Whitney Merciless, Rashawn Gary, and Preston Smith, our outside linebackers. And that is definitely great to be able to see some good, consistent pass rush and sacks coming from this defense. To say the least, this is a legitimately good defense, you guys, and I'm very proud of the guys for being able to buckle down and stop this Seattle offense and shutting them down. To say the least, like I said, this could have been better from And like I said, this could have been a better performance by the offense, but I'm sure that once Aaron is back to practice, he'll be getting all the reps. He'll be able to shake some of the rust, and I think he'll get closer to MVP form. We just got to be able to find some ways to be able to get this offense back into being creative and get this running game going with the trio of A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. But if Aaron is unfortunately out and he's got to miss a week or two, okay, we'll bring up Patrick Taylor and see what he can do. And possibly Raquel Armstead. He might be a good option to bring up from the practice squad. He might be able to get a couple of carries here and there, depending on how long Aaron is going to be out with his knee injury. So I'm not really too concerned. I know that Quadzilla, the quad father, A.J. Dillon, is going to be able to do a good job of being able to take the workload and be able to run this team to victory if need be. As far as the right arm of Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure that things are going to get better for him. We got some of we got MVS back. Devontae, he's continued to do a great job. We should be able to have David Bakhtiari back for the next game, who just returned off the PUP list and was active, but he was shut down for this game. I think he was not really quite ready yet. We know that torn ACLs take some time to completely heal up, so it makes sense to not rush Dave back too soon. But I think next week we should be able to get him back, and that should be able to maximize our pass protection and run blocking, so the Packers can get buckled down, get this offense back into shape, and then it's going to be full speed ahead. And this could be the time where this team really gets it going, heats it up, and gets this team to the Super Bowl. And with that, I'll catch you guys later for another one. Go Pack, go!